You son of a bitch. Cause Punch Drunk loves you.
What up? What up? You already know this is Punch on Boxer, aka Mr. Happy Hour. Yeah, I'm changing my name. I'm changing my name. No more moonshine. It's just Happy Hour, Mr. Happy Hour, the drunk man. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, man. Shout out to Jaron Bruce Ennis, who yesterday defeated Lima. Everybody in the sport boxing knew what was going to happen. Whether you thought it was going to happen in the first, or the second, or the third, everybody knows that Jaron Bruce Ennis is going to beat this dude. Um, and look, nobody want to be a party pooper and stuff like that. What's good, Teres? What's good, Low Nose Boxing, Pancho Villa in the building. Nobody want to be a party pooper. And I did a video just several days ago and I said, you know what boxing needs is a bunch of knockouts. So I'm not gonna like be a hypocrite or contradict myself and say, you know what, that wasn't a good display of Jerome Bruce Ennis. It was a good display of Jerome Bruce Ennis. It is what American boxing needs. We need entertainment. We need knockouts. But when it comes to Jerome Bruce Ennis, is that we seeing this enough from him versus people that is irrelevant. We seen it enough from him. You know what I'm saying? He is the one out of all these guys, even though that he held a world title in a 147-pound division, but he ain't beat no damn Bud. He ain't beat Earl Spence. He ain't beat Keith Thurman. He ain't even beat Ugas. He ain't beat Danielson Garcia. He ain't beat Sean Porter. He ain't beat relevant names. Feel me? He came up with Gary Antoine Russell, Teofimo, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, even Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia didn't even got a world title. But at least he fought for one. Well, he didn't fight for one because he came overweight with Devin Haney. But he was in position to fight for one anyway. But Jerome Bruce Ennis actually started his career first than these guys. He has more fights than these guys, but a lot of meaningless fights. And of course, when we talking about eras, we always going to compare and gauge fighters within that type of era. A lot of people want to see Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Bruce Ennis. But it's not to say that that fight was not on the table. There's certain fights that we all want to see. And sometimes those fights are not on the table. Sometimes sometimes fighters exit premature. They throw it out there. Fans get divided. Fans are saying he's ducking. Look, in the sport of boxing, a real duck is when you decline a fight. When there was a fight on the table, there's a contract on the table, and you decline the fight knowing that there's no financial problems, there shouldn't be no damn hiccups. That's why I called Jerome Bruce Ennis that he ducked Vergil Ortiz, he ducked Teofimo Lopez, and even we can actually say when I said that Devin Haney even ducked Teofimo Lopez, we had a top ranked deal on the table. And then we say that Teofimo Lopez ducked Devin Haney because he had that turkey out shake on the table. So we keep it unbiased logically and objectively. We say that Canelo Alvarez ducked David Benavidez because he ducked that $50 million, $50 to $60 million that even Steven Espinosa told me in an interview in which I asked him. So we call Canelo Alvarez a duck. Right? So this ain't I don't want nobody coming to the channel and say, yo, but you be Latino and no, we keep it consistent throughout the board. All boxers have bums on their resume. That's how you build a fight. Okay. Are you trying wait, mister? Are you trying to give a leeway to Boots Ennis at the stage that he already got 30 plus fights? Are you saying that to say, hold on, mister? Are you saying that to say, but Punch, relax? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters out there that you know they got a lot of. Because even I said, all right, this is the last pass. This is the last pass. Ain't nobody in this community. Ain't nobody in the YTBC, the YouTube boxing community, been preaching and talking about Boots longer than I. longer than I. He said the same shit with Mike Tyson. Oh, okay. So you want Boots to keep on fighting more guys like Lima? Is that what you're trying to say? I get it, mister. You that type of fan. You're the type of fan that you hear a little criticism, not even a criticism. This ain't a criticism. This is something that we see that Boots passes the eye test. Probably better than any fighter of his era, of his generation. He's looking exceptional. Switch styles. People already. Oh, look at this. Put it this way. There's media folks, and sometimes I gotta mention media folks because at the end of the day, whether we like them like them or not, most of these guys have the power to put people into the Hall of Fame. So we could all have an opinion, but that doesn't mean every opinion matters. People think that the best 154-pounder already is Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Bruce Ennis. Vergil Ortiz Virgil Ortiz doesn't even got a world title at 154. He's already the number one, and I feel like he's the number one as well. Outside of that, if Jamel Charlo don't come back, because if Jamel Charlo says I'm coming right back, like he said on IG, and let's say there's news that Jamel Charlo is back, he's gonna be fighting this and this opponent. I'm still gonna have Jamel Charlo as the man to beat. He said Chavez Jr. had 100 bums on his resume. Oh, so you want 100 bums for Boots? I get it. Okay, mister. I get it. I get it. You want 100 bums for Boots, and then when he gets to 100 bums, then we start talking about him fighting other fighters. I get it. 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 This is what happened with boxing fans, where sometimes people are so divided, and people are still are trying to like, no, stop it, Punch. Stop it, guys. Hold it just 1 second. Leave my Bootsy alone. Leave him alone. I mean, Chavez for 100 bums. What about Chavez? I mean, Mike Tyson, Kid Dynamite, he fought a bunch of bums, but not forgetting that Iron Mike Tyson became an undisputed heavyweight, barely where he can even walk into a club without a fake ID. What are you talking about? Why we do this for? Why you fans are like that? Oh, look it, but hold up, Punch. Just wait a second. Don't. What Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson became a damn heavyweight champion, barely a teen, my brother. Boots is gonna be 30 years old, brother. This guy wanna put Mike Tyson and Julio Cesar Chavez in the same breath as Jerome Boots Ennis. Que mierda son la gente. Punch, do you think what's good? E-Man in the building with a $5 super chat. What's good, my brother? He said, Punch, do you still think the same way about Trump separating families and being a dictator? Diablo, E-Man. We're talking about Jerome Boots Ennis. This guy gave me a Donald Trump and separating the families. Y toda esta mierda. Ay, ay, ay. Do I still, I look, supporting families. I'm not the one that brought families. If the families was brought back or um and did it unlawfully and did it in a way that it was not supposed to and didn't walk through the front door or something like that, all cases are different. Put it that way. I don't know, my brother. I didn't want to head to the politics side. I want Virgil for him next, but let's not act like this isn't normal. No, it's not normal in his era, mister. It's not normal, bro. It's not normal with T.O. It's not normal for Shakur. It's not normal for Haney. It's not normal. Stop. 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 They are making their money off and building his name. Ay, ay, ay. Yo, even, put it this way, bro. Put it this way, my brother. Even the boxing world are desperate and calling out Jake Paul to fight a real fighter. And you know when they say, yo, Jake Paul should fight a boxer, you know who they name? Yeah, Jake Paul should fight Usyk. Yeah. What about Jake Paul should fight, AJ? Jake Paul should fight Fury. They don't even give Jake Paul is not even a boxer, and we want Jake Paul to fight an elite champion. Come on, man, Mister. Stop. Yo, why in boxing when we know, like, we all should be all hands on deck on something? Why there's always a disagreement? Like it's always somebody. It got to be a community. Just yo, Jerome Booth and is an exceptional talent. He shows us incredible skill set. And we just want to see that skill set, just like with Javante Tan Davis. I'm a Javante Tan Davis fan as well. But I can no longer act like he's this elite fighter. And he don't want to be an elite fighter. He don't want to be an elite fighter. Yo, we're living in a time right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're living in a time right now. Forget about sports. We're living in a time right now where people ain't here to wait. Hey, yo, let me tell you like this: the days of boxing and promoters and managers marinating fights is over. There is no more building or no. You know why there's not a you know why and I disagree with you about building a fight. You know why? Because 2 fights ago in Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, it was 15K people over there. You know how many people was over there? And I got and I had enough people telling me, hey, yo, this shit wasn't even packed. The whole top was all empty. It was like 7, 8, 9,000 people there. So no, he's not building. The fans are also saying, "Yo, man, he's too good for this. We're tired of this." And look, and I understand it as a boxing fan. You move up to the 154-pound division. Traditionally, you don't go all the way and fight the best. Only greatness do that, right? But my brother, he didn't even do what even Bud did. At least Madrimov was ranked. This guy was not really ranked. They just ranked him because they already secured a fight and they pushed him up in the rankings just so they could make the fight. So it could be sanctioned. We're looking at it like, yo, this is too good for Boots. So we got an exceptional knockout. Cool, great, great. Something you need to do, something great. But we're looking at Boots like he's not a pound for pound fighter, but he got pound for pound skill set. E-Man in the building con los 5 pesos de Super Chatty Chatty que me dice Boots got a bum resume. And I hope he fights Vergil next. What the F is going on with Tio? He should be fighting 3 times a year or 2. That was a little hiccup there from Teofimo Lopez. It was a little hiccup. He should have got the Devin Haney fight. By now, he would have had his 3rd fight. And the thing is with the Devin Haney fight, Teofimo Lopez was not going to get a nosebleed. He was not going to get a look. Hey, yo, I said this 1,000 times. And this is a shout out to Devin Haney. He's stepping up to the 3rd division to face Brian Oman Jr. You see the difference between Devin Haney and Boots Ennis? You see the difference, Mister? Do you see the difference of Devin Haney and Boots? Boots is moving up to 154 and facing Lima, and Devin Haney is moving up to fame Brian Oman Jr., a guy that he was supposed to be facing. Look at this. Look at this. It's just a difference. It's difference. I think with Tio, man, that's why I stressed it enough. I wanted him to fight Devin Haney, man. That was he was gonna get the most money he ever made. He had great momentum. He did better than Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney and Rolly and stuff like that. I mean, Rolly did beat Ryan Garcia. He dropped Ryan Garcia, but I think after the drop, it was like a little boring fight. But Teofimo Lopez showed a good 12 round, and people thought that was the best fight in the card anyway. The people thought that Barbosa was going. There was people out there that was picking Barbosa to beat Tio. Because Tio is always going to have, it seems like people are always going to have this reputation or this prediction that they always going to they can't go away from that Cambosa fight. They just go always going to analyze for whatever reason. People don't want to let go of that Cambosa fight. I don't know what Tio's going to show up. I don't know what Tio's going to show up. All right, but when we putting him up, when people are putting up him up against a prime fighter, I mean not a prime fighter, but a pound for pound elite fighter, you know what Teofimo Lopez shows up. People is a hypocrite and contradictions to their own analysis. But Boots at this point. Even put it this way, Vergil don't even got a world title and he's more proven than Boots. In 147-pound division and in 154-pound division. Vergil is battle tested. And the thing also is that you had a contract on the table to fight Vergil. So we're not looking at Vergil like, oh, yo, Vergil got to do something. Yo, Vergil got to win something. Man, Vergil got to do this. Vergil's still competing. It's not about, and this ain't about, no, I don't believe that nobody's hating. If you had a boxing eye, if you truly a boxing fan, you can't hate Boots. You just don't like at this point compared to his contemporaries, like, yo, my man, you shouldn't even be fighting Lima. The 154-pound division is so stacked up. You shouldn't even be fighting a Lima. There's too many options at 154 for you to fight a Lima. It's too many options for Boots to be fighting a Lima, even if he's stepping up. Even if he was stepping up. There was a Ramos. There's a Josh Kelly there. You could afford Josh Kelly. Y'all would have gave him a good contract and y'all could afford Josh Kelly. Not the little skippy contract y'all was trying to give Josh Kelly. There's so many opponents in the 154-pound division that you could have you could have fought anybody else but Lima. Look at the rankings. Boxing Talk in the building. Que Dios te bendiga. God bless you. My brother said, yo, what's up, Pastor? Quick question. You said when the dust settles, you had Ortiz being the number one at 154. Do you feel then that he beats Ennis, Charlo, and Thurman at 154? Please don't talk Tio and Devin. I don't know, man. I say this. I said that before Thurman got there. Jamel Charlo, we don't know if he's ever going to come back to the 154-pound division. That was after Jamel Charlo when he left. He hasn't fought there in a while. He went to the 168-pound division. And Boots have not stepped up when I said that comment. He ain't stepped up to the 154 yet. But I still think that Vergil Ortiz, by the time he faces, and I know people are going to be like, well, you said that about Canelo Alvarez, that he had more experience than Crawford. So how are you going to use that analysis and use it on Boots and Vergil, that Vergil is more battle tested and blah, 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 blah. I think people saw a skill gap when it came to Canelo versus Crawford. I think that if we honestly look at the honestly saying, you know what I'm saying, technically wise, that people felt in every category, jab, footwork, you know what I'm saying, unpredictability, IQ, blah, 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 blah. Many felt that Bud Crawford was better than Canelo Alvarez technically, way better, technically wise. Compared to Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez is one dimensional. That's how many analysis, many trainers saw it. Thus, we saw how it played out. When it comes to Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis, they don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. They don't see a wide gap between Vergil and Boots. They see that they both different type of styles, but they don't see it as a wide gap. And the thing is, Vergil just keeps on getting better. And I don't know if Boots is getting better. That's the difference. Because of the opponents, Boots, yeah, he got a first round knockout. Yes, he looked impressive. He looked impressive with Stanionis. He looked it good versus Karen, not as impressive as many people felt going into the fight. But even with this fight, what it do for me? I've been following Boots since the amateurs. Again, y'all know it. Those who follow the channel, y'all know it. No, nobody in this community been following Boots and been talking about Boots and been talking to Boots longer than me. But at this point, I don't know if Boots got better because of the opponents. See, I know Vergil got better. So when we look, of course, we don't like to use that triangle theory, but when we see Bud, and many people see him as the best boxer, the best fighter, pound for pound number one. And then we seen how we seen Bud how he handled Mazurmov. And then we see Vergil how he handles Mazurmov. And then we're like, Vergil is really, really good. You understand what I'm trying to say? From the Boachuk, look, people thought that even Bud and Earl Spence picked Maurice Hooker to beat Vergil Ortiz. Both of them. They both picked Maurice Hooker to beat Vergil Ortiz. What happened after that fight? Earl Spence and Bud was sitting almost next to each other watching Vergil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker. Motherfuckers didn't even want to answer on Vergil Ortiz's question. And then Vergil Ortiz in 147-pound division, even when he faced when he faced Mean Machine, a lot of people were seeing that Mean Machine did drop Bud. And then we seen Vergil versus Mean Machine. Yeah, he got buzzed up by me, but he did get buzzed up. But then we seen what Vergil annihilated the dude, just like Bud. So we're seeing something really special with Vergil. Boots he look flashy. He looks like $1 million. If you understand what I'm trying to say. They say Bud hit way harder. Maybe. Maybe I ain't putting no ceiling. That's it. I ain't never putting a ceiling on Bud. Bud could do whatever. You tell me Bud versus go to the cruiserweight, man. I ain't picking against Bud. Bud like me is like how I feel about Manny Pacquiao. I ain't picking against Manny Pacquiao. Cause now I see Bud having the best chin in the history of the sport of boxing. They say you can't. They moving Vergil away from Boots. What the fuck is Vergil fighting Lubin? What? What? Lubin? Lubin is highly respectable. Yo, what you smoking, man? Mister, what are you smoking today? Oh, you stop, bro. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Stop it, bro. He said, Legendary Life. Ennis still smokes Ortiz. Okay, let's see the fight. I don't give a fuck who wins the fight. I love them both. I love them both. Different type of styles, but bring entertainment at the highest level. But we don't gotta give a pass to nobody at this point, bro. Yo, folks, and yo, on the chat, if you go to other channels, yo, we gotta draw the line here now. Let's stop saving arguments and bragging rights and narratives on. Yo, we all want to see Boots versus the elites and the champions at 154. So let's stop giving this pass and look at and pointing at everybody else. Oh, but what he fight? He fight. If it's not a champion, a relevant name, who the fuck is Lima? Of course, you racist as AZ. You AZ chose Ortiz over Boots, Crypto Rico. The Lubin fight makes no sense for Virgil. Why they haven't gotten him a title fight? The Lubin fight just as dangerous. The Lubin fight is just as dangerous than a title fight. You got to clip. You go look at our boxing talk in the building. He said, man, you got to clip that ninth round of your commentary side by side with the video of the Crawford combos. That's a classic clip. You got to do that. Ennis Ortiz is a 50-50. Facts. I think Majmov is a tougher style for Ennis. We seen him. Yo, if Karen did what he did in the first fight, but I like that Jaron Boost Ennis did good in the second fight. But let's not forget, Karen didn't fight. See, Karen wanted to show that that he don't have to move. But Karen didn't show the same Karen of the first. So he didn't give Jerome Boost Ennis that same look. He should have gave him that same look and took advantage of that same look and probably, stand a little bit more, but then keep on doing what he did in the first fight. Look at how Boost did with Karen in the first fight. You could actually see how Majimov could probably do the same. That could give him a little bit trouble and challenge and make it a lot challenging. If people want to compare that Boots is Bud, because that's what a lot of people are saying. They want to compare Boots and Bud. I think they're different fighters, in my opinion. I can understand. Like, let's be real, let's be honest. Boots and Bud is not the same fighter. It's not even, to be honest, not even close. Only because people say you switch, they automatically think like Bud invented the switch. Bud didn't invent the switch, folks. Okay, Bud could switch. Now, every fighter that switches, they'd be like, oh my God, it's Bud. How many fighters be seeing switch? Go watch Keith Thurman versus Leonard Bundle when he switched in the second round. Go watch when even the Demise Andre switched up with Liam Williams. Sean Porter switched. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of fighters switch. Lomachenko switch. A lot of fighters switch. They just comparing him because he thought he could switch, so he fights like Bud. I don't want Boots' career to end up like a Demetrius Andre. Y'all know I'm a fan of Demetrius Andre. Y'all know that. But I don't want Boots Ennis to go through that. Because let me be real and be honest. It's going to come a point, if he keeps going like this, that by the time Jerome Boots Ennis and his team really wants to smoke, not just saying in a post-fight interview, because we heard Jerome Boots Ennis in 3 post-fight interviews say things that just didn't make sense. He didn't move. I don't even trust. I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust Boots Ennis post-fight interview. After the first Karen fight, he said, I stayed in the 154-pound division too long. I mean, in the 147-pound division too long. He outgrew the weight. Go check out the first Karen post-fight interview. Then in the second post-fight interview, he said he don't want to get it. That he wants a good fight. He took a pay cut to fight the Stanionis of the world. He's not gonna do that no more. And then you got the bag to fight. Then you got the bag. You got the bag to fight Tio. You got the bag. You had a bag to fight Vergil, and you ain't picked the bag. So and he said, remember, after the Stanionis fight, go look at the post-fight interview in the press conference when he said I could make the 147-pound division easy. That's what he said. Go look back at the post-fight interview After Stanionis, when he's going at it with the reporters and saying that the reporters in the media, you guys don't know nothing. I eat in the same day of the weigh-in. I make 147 pound easy. Shout out to MMA boxing addict. Can say y'all saying Lubin is gonna humble Ortiz makes his victory for Ortiz that much better than give this man his respect after he beats Lubin. Man, I'm gonna say it like this. Yo, see Boots. You know what? If I see this would have hyped me up more in the post fight interview. Boots would have said, "Hey yo, Thurman, I just knocked this dude out in the first round. I'm ready. Don't cancel the fight, Al Heyman. Don't cancel the fight. My boy Stephen Fulton is gonna be in the card versus Oshaki Foster. I'm good. I could go straight into a fight with Keith and Tom Thurman. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. Don't cancel that fight. Yo, Thurman, I'm right here. Fundura is injured. I'm stepping in for Fundura. Just like Fundura stepped in 2 weeks before the fight with Tim Tszyu, I'm stepping in for Fundura. Put me in, coach. That's what I wanted to hear. Amazon Prime will still be pay-per-view 2 weeks out. What? That's what I wanted to hear from Boots. Because look what's going to happen right now, folks. Look, I'm all good with stay busy fights, tune-up fights. You know what I'm saying? These fights are traditionally understood in the sport of boxing and by fans. If you're a fan of the sport, we understand that. But we're living at a time right now where fighters are fighting 2 times a year. So you're going to fight a Lima, and then we got to wait 8 months for you to step back in the ring to fight? Nah, bro. I'm not waiting that long, bro. I'm not waiting till the summer, man. Ortiz over Lubin in 9. Hard first. Ortiz takes over. Says Boxing Talk with a $2 super chat. God bless you, my brother. That's the issue. The fans understand boxing. We the hardcore boxing fan. We understand the tune-up. We understand it. Okay, look, we understand that when you move up, sometimes it's smart. Sometimes it's smart for you to, you know, see what's up there, how you do with the weight, how you do with the new gloves, the 10-ounce gloves, how you could take a bigger punch from a bigger guy that's gonna rehydrate way more than you ever been in the ring with somebody that's gonna rehydrate. Cool. I'm understanding that. I give Boots Ennis the pass for 154 for that fight. I get it. But you ended that in the first round. Are you going to make us wait till you fight in the summer? After a first round KO, get the F out of here. I better go check Julio Cesar Chavez record. Won in 1993 when he fought 6 times. Major Taylor twice. Pernell Whitaker. And not Major Taylor, I'm sorry. Frankie Randall twice. Pernell Whitaker before that. He fought 6 times in a span of 12 months. Elite fighters. 4 elite fighters within 12 months. I don't want to hear that you ended this dude in the first round and I gotta wait. Nah, man. No. If Vergil Ortiz take care of Lubin even quick, let's say November 8th, we want to see that fight in February. I'm not waiting no damn. We're living in a different world. Ain't nobody waiting for nobody, bro. Dudes ain't waiting for bitches no more. You ask a girl for the number and she like, yo, yeah, we could get to know each other and stuff like that, man. No. Are we going to the telly now? Oh, that's it. Like, no. I'm moving on to the next chick that's probably willing to go to the telly. Right or wrong, folks? Right, men. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Men. Even girls ain't waiting for dudes. In terms of, you know, how much you want to bet that 8 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, um, you ask a girl for the number or info, she'd be like, you got IG? Cause the chick ain't waiting for a phone call. You know what you're gonna do? As soon as you give her IG, she goes to the restroom in the bar, in the lounge, or in the club with her girl. She look all your pictures while she's in the restroom for 15 minutes, and then she come right back out, and then she decides if she gonna know how many kids you got. She gonna understand what's your ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. That's what they do. They didn't want to get to. They didn't want to talk to you. That's why girls don't even want the number no more. They just you got IG, you got Facebook, you because they just want to check. That's it. They just vetting you out. They interviewing your shit. Give me a second, folks. Give me a sec, folks. Give me a second. Yeah, yeah. He said Boots and Eddie been capping this whole time about having signed contract. Yeah, that was one of the biggest cap right then. What's good? What's good? What's good? My fault. My fault. I'm no Haney fan, but he tells Eddie what he wants to do, like he's supposed to. Boots hiding behind Eddie. Yeah, I didn't like. I didn't like the switch up of Eddie, and that's what the thing is. Look, I can respect how promoters want to promote their fighters, but when you try to like lie, you ain't say that about Turkey Al Sheikh. When Turkey Al Sheikh said that Boots Ennis did not return the email, and we all know that Virgil Ortiz, we all know that Virgil Ortiz was on the table. Why Eddie lying just to build this fight up? This stupid ass. Why not stupid? I'm not gonna call this a stupid fight, but why he trying to build this up? Trying to say that there's a contract signed for? No, ain't no contract signed. If there was a contract signed, Oscar De La Hoya would have said, "Yo, we signed a contract with Virgil Ortiz and Boots." And this is what it is when people try to hoodwink us. That's see. I don't like to expose people. I don't like to expose because I know it doesn't benefit me. It don't benefit the channel because then we can't even get the exclusive. We can't get media credentials because it's. But I just can't. I hate when certain people in the boxing world try to insult our intelligence. Eddie, why you trying to insult our intelligence? You ain't got no damn fight signed with Virgil Ortiz. Oh yeah, it look cool. It looks cool calling out Virgil Ortiz. I'll fight anybody. No, you can't fight anybody right now because Virgil Ortiz got to fight with Lubin. Calling Jamel Charlo a little pup. Oh yeah, because he not even 154 right now. Why you ain't call out guys that was available? A matter of fact, I do. He did call out. If it's not Virgil Ortiz, fight Xander Zayas in December, and I got Boots Ennis beating Xander Zayas. I got Boots Ennis beating Xander Zayas easy. And no disrespect to Xander Zayas, I just don't. I don't know if he himself for me hasn't even sent a statement, but in Boots as well. I mean, I think that Xander Zayas got a better win, and with Patrick Teixeira at 154. I like Boots a lot, but if Boots would have beaten Josh Kelly, I would have liked that fight, even though that Dave Avanesian beat. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, Give me a sec. Said Virgil got dropped twice in the last fight, but y'all only mentioned when Black. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, folks. Here we go again. It just never, like it's always like, what is this? Yo, what is this victimhood all the time, yo? There's always gotta be somebody that needs to bring, oh, you guys, the black fighter. Oh my God, nobody even mentioning race. Nobody has even mentioned the black versus Mexican. Yo, yo, it's 2025, folks. Yo, that's it, man. For real, man. Yeah, yeah. This racism trauma, I don't have time for it anymore, bro. I don't have time for your trauma, my brothers. I don't, man. That's it. Leave that shit alone, man. Nobody cares, man. For real, man. Y'all irk everybody with that shit. Y'all irk everybody. Every kind, every people that walk this face of the earth in America. That's it. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Thank you, my brother. He said that race car shit so outplayed is sick mental illness. Talk about oppression yourself. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. I am sick of it. Oh my god! Every time we just can't talk about boxing. Somebody always 2, 3 years old. See y'all, he just you cause I'm black and the black fighters and the black. Oh my god! La ñoñería, coño, man, eso me quilla ya. Virgil should fight Xander next if he beat. And this is what I was about to say. That when Boots and his team really wants to really fight the best down the line, when he's for real, people gonna be like, why do I gotta risk it with Boots? Watch, that's gonna happen, and that's why that what I said about I don't want his career to end up like Demetrius Andre. Because in all reality, Virgil Ortiz says, you know what? I'll fight the winner of Fundura and Thurman if they fight in January. And it'll be a big fight. Virgil and Thurman. Virgil Fundura. Virgil and Xander Zayas. Hey, you could play that Mexican and Puerto Rican card. Tradition as well. See, it's money for Virgil if he fights Xander. Money for Virgil if he fights Fundura. Two Mexicans in Texas. Wow. Thurman Cassell. A sell a fight with his mouth. How about if Jamel Charlo says, you know what, I want Virgil? How about Earl Spence and Virgil? And I'm not saying that these other fights are not good for Boots, but what I'm saying is there's gonna be a time when maybe people gonna be like, you know what? I don't need to fight Boots. I don't need to risk it. Just like Canelo Alvarez felt about the Mise Andre, just like Triple G felt about the Mise Andre, just like Jamal Charlo in 160 said that we blackballing the Mise Andre. Why take the risk? Jamal Charlo looking at Canelo, Triple G looking at Canelo. Canelo could fight anybody and make money. Why risk it? I mean, why lose and risk it with Demetrius Andre? Slick, Southpaw. Why do I have to do it? Why do anybody will have to go and fight Boots and the switch guy? Oh man, they talking about that he's Bud. Why do I gotta switch it for? I can make the same amount of money and more and could accomplish more without fighting Boots. Do you think Bakram could beat Boots? No, I got Boots beating Bakram. Said make it for undisputed. I'm telling you, I don't think we're living in an era that I mean the belts still is still meaningful, but depending on the fight. Said make it for undisputed. Nah, man, we ain't waiting on more, man. We ain't no yo, we're not living in the marination era, bro. We not waiting no more. People's not waiting. This is America, man. Why you think it wasn't 15,000 people looking on like his last fight, and it was like like 7, 8, 9,000 people in Wells Fargo's this time around? Because people are paying attention to football. People are paying attention to college football. People are paying attention to NBA preseason. People are paying attention to baseball playoffs. Ain't nobody want to watch no pay no damn ticket to see no Boots versus Lima. The American sports fan ain't waiting for nothing. And like I said before, when I was trying to give you the example of even men and women, and ain't nobody waiting for nobody, bro. We not even waiting for Uber. If the Uber ain't coming at the time we wanted to come, we gonna cancel that ride and search for another car. If it give you 10 minutes, nah, man, I don't even got time for 10 minutes. Get 5 minutes. I'm telling you, bro, we're not living in the world of waiting, bro. We are spoiled. We're spoiled with time. We're spoiled with options. He said there's no room for tune-ups. Ain't no in a 154-pound division. Hell no, ain't no room for no tune-up or no nothing. That's the division is so too stacked up. It's still it's so stacked up that we shouldn't see no mismatches. Look at the damn screen, folks. Josh Kelly boots. Yo, even give me name fights because in the sport of boxing, if it's not the best fighting the best, it's relevant names fighting relevant names. Even Tim Zoo and boots. I'll take it. I'll take it. Just give me something that is give us something attracted as at the same time. Don't give us no boots and Lima. You got it. This is 154. You got to give us somebody relevant, a name with some relevance. Boxing talk in the building with the $10 super chat. Good, but God bless you, my brother. He said the nastiest work I've seen was when you called Xander's ISPR version of Devin Haney. Oh, so if Haney beats Norman, he jumps the line of either him or Bam for the young generation, especially if he dominates. I got Devin Haney beating Brian Norman Jr. But I could also see Brian Norman Jr. stopping Devin Haney, but I got Devin Haney outboxing Brian Norman Jr. 115, 113, 116, 112. And Devin Haney will be a three-division world champion. It'll be a respectable win because now, right now, even though with Brian Norman Jr., when he knocked out the Japanese dude, it's good because he's knocking somebody out. And I was preaching, yeah, we should see more knockouts, more stoppages of North American fighters and stuff like that to captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. But who was the guy that Brian Norman Jr. knocked out? And look at his resume. Hunter of the Hunt. Hunter of the Hunt in the building. What's good, brother? How you been, bruv? Been good, man? Don't start the tug of war. All I know, don't play with us. Sam says, all I know, don't play with us. Don't start the tug of war. I don't know what you're talking about, my brother. I would love Boots versus Fundura next for the WBC or Vergil. Yeah, man. It's just give us yo what boxing needs right now. I truly believe, and y'all know if y'all was following the channel, y'all know for years. I was saying I've been talking about 154. I was saying that Earl Spence after the Kell Brook fight. I was saying that Earl Spence should move into the 154-pound division, fight, and become a two-division world champion. When Golden Boy Promotion had a contract for Earl Spence to fight Miguel Cotto, pay-per-view. Yo, and even Earl Spence, and I believe that Earl Spence, if you look at how Saddam Ali beat Cotto, imagine if Earl Spence would have took that fight pay-per-view and would have beat Miguel Cotto. Yo, Earl Spence would have had a better resume and still go back to the 147-pound division and do his thing. Just like Bam Rodriguez did. Bam Rodriguez moved up and he came right back down and got a world title. I wanted Earl Spence to move to the 154-pound division a long time ago. I was always saying that Boots, I said that Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, and Sean Porter should have moved up to the 154-pound division a long time ago because I always stated that 154 is the division, is the most competitive division. The thing is that people didn't, there were certain names that people didn't know, and y'all was shitting on Jamel Charlo because Jamel Charlo was the man, and because he was the man, they was trying to shit on the 154-pound division. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Man, please, man. 154-pound division always been lit to me. Always been competitive because I seen it's always competitive. I seen the vulnerabilities of every fighter that ever stepped to the 154-pound division. We seen with Bud, we seen with Canelo, we seen with the Mizondre, we seen Jamel Charlo, we see it with everybody. We saw with Virgil Ortiz versus Boachuk. We see it with Boachuk. We see it with Majimov. We see it with all of them, all of them, all of them. So there's no excuse. I don't want to see no names, not a name not fighting another name. That's why I'm okay. I'm even okay with the Boots versus Tim Zoo. I'm all right with that. That's why I'm okay with Virgil and Lubin. Has Lubin been a world champion? No, but he has some credible wins as well. He did beat Jason Rosario. He did. It was a war with Fundora. Even Fundora showed his vulnerabilities. Hey, yo, Tim Zoo beat Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison beat Jamel Charlo. Brian Mendoza knocked out in Fundora. Tim Zoo stopped. Fundora. Tim Zoo beat Brian Mendoza, and then Fundora beat Tim Zoo. So anything could happen in this division. But I believe that this division could really revive the interest and the morals and principle of not just the business of boxing, but the sport of boxing. If I was Turkey, I'll shake. And I'll have the ear of Turkey, I'll shake. Because there's certain media folks that want to play too neutral. They don't want to put pressure on Turkey, but if Turkey has the money, and Turkey had the voice, and Turkey, let's say, is the most powerful man in the sport of boxing right now. Everybody that gets in Turkey Al Sheikh's ear, that's in part of media, like Ode Aladiopio, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? The Spencer Fearens of the world. Tell Turkey Al Sheikh, forget about any plans that you have. That all the money that you pumping into Bud and Canelo and the heavyweight division, cool. Put it in the 154-pound division. Put all that money up in the 154-pound division and make a 154-pound tournament. Please. You're not gonna regret it. It'll be one of the best tournaments in the history of the sport of boxing right now. He said Mexicanos punch, don't play with us. They do. Don't start the tug of war. All I know, don't play with us. I don't know what you're talking about, Sam. I don't know what type. I don't know the energy. I don't know the energy, my brother. Brian Castaño, let's not forget. Yeah, hell yeah. He was going to. Was Ortiz Boots beat him in a Medes. Medes. I don't know what that means, man. Nobody should be like, oh, punch, stop talking about Boots. And no. We should be like Boots versus. All right. If anybody's available right now, Xander Zayas versus Boots. And if Xander Zayas says, let's fight in Puerto Rico, then go ahead, Boots, go to Puerto Rico. Get a world title. Go. I think you would love it. Spence or Zayas, Lubin or Zayas, Backrum or Zayas. Boxing talk. I got Spence. I got, damn, that's a tough one. Lubin Zayas. Oof. That's a tough one, man. Ugh. I got Zaya's discipline a little bit more, but that's too much of a 50 for that because Lubin could box as well. But I think that Lubin, he could fight as well, man. That's a tough fight right there, boxing talk. Backrum and Zaya and Xander Zayas. I got Xander Zayas versus Backrum. Spence and Xander Zayas. I still got Spence. And I think I got. Oh, that's a tough one. Lubin and Zan. Oh, that's a tough one. That's too much. That's a tough one. Boxing talk. That's a tough one. The best fight at 154 isn't for a belt. Facts. But I'll tell you this. That's why, man, I wanted this fight so bad because of Fundura and Thurman. If Thurman would have beaten Fundura, he the top dog. If Thurman would have beaten Fundura, if Thurman would have beaten Fundura, Thurman would have been top dog. It wouldn't be Vergil Ortiz. It would be Thurman. It would be Thurman. And that's why, damn, that I wanted that fight because it just adds more to 154 in the span of 4 weeks. It just adds. We would just be talking about the 154-pound division. And right now, we're talking about the best fight to end the year is Devin and Brian Oman Jr. Rapstar Boxing Honors, voice of the UK, London. If we're talking about the best fight to end the year, we got to give credit to Devin Haney. Because Devin Haney's the one that made the fight with Brian Oman Jr. Brian Oman Jr. wasn't calling Devin Haney out. They made a list. They called out, they put Brian Oman Jr. in their list. Is Devin Haney going to save the day for North America? Tio could have been the guy. Devin Haney's going to save the day. He's going to end the fourth quarter. And the thing is, let's be real, let's be honest. Devin Haney ain't waiting on nobody. He ain't doing what Boots did. He ain't testing the water at 147. He's going straight to the best guy at 147 right now. He's going straight after it. He didn't say no. He didn't say let's wait. He didn't say the fighter can't wait. Let's say nah. Let's say yeah. No, no. Even when he fought a guy like Jose Ramirez, that is still a former, just 2 fights removed from him fighting in an undisputed bout with Josh Taylor. Jose Ramirez was the second best, second or third best, 140-pounder. So even with Devin Haney after his loss, or after the situation with Ryan Garcia, he still picked a credible opponent. He still picked a former champion, still within his early 30s. Boots picked the Lima, knowing that you had a Vergil Ortiz on the table and a Tio on the table and a Devin Haney on the table. You picked the Lima. So I love the knockout. Good is what entertainment needs. But at this stage of Boots and his career, we've seen enough of that. We know you could do that to those particular opponents. We need to see you with names, relevant names, name with relevancy. We know that you're good. We know that you got the pound for pound skill set. You probably got the prettiest skill set in the sport of boxing today. We need you with a name, Boots. It's time. We don't need you to call everybody out in your post-fight interview when we know they're not available at the time. Say I'm going to Puerto Rico this December, Xander Zayas. Don't duck me, son. Say that Keith from Tom Thurman, Fundura is not going to be fighting. All right, I just knocked this dude out in the first round. I'm good to go. I'm ready. I ain't even put on a sweat. I'm already. I'm within weight. I want to fight you, Thurman. Hey, yo, tell PBC guys, you know what? And my boy, Stephen Fulton, my guy from Philly, he could still get his bread, and this still could be a pay-per-view fight. Because right now, Boots versus Thurman, Stephen Fulton or Shaki Foster, still pay-per-view. That's what I would have loved, that energy from Boots. No. Hey, yo, Eddie Hearn. Yo, let's make this deal over there with PBC. Let me get this pay-per-view money. Because Eddie Hearn said he'll beat anybody. He can destroy anybody. Why nobody was knocking on the door? Why nobody was ready to, hey, yo, I'll fight this. I'll fight Thurman. ¿Crees que alguno de los campeones van a querer unificar? To be honest, I think that uh, Top Rank doesn't got to fight a TV deal. I don't think Xander Zayas is rushing to fight anybody like a Boots or Vergil. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the energy. I think they're trying to milk a Xander Zayas. They're looking at it. He just got his world title. We're going to put him in there with Boots. But I think that he should do that. I think they're going to have a homecoming fight for Xander Zayas and test what type of, if the Puerto Rican market is truly going to be lucrative for him. I think they're going to test that out first, and then maybe bring a Xander Zayas in the summer of June in Madison Square Garden and see if he could if he could captivate the Puerto Rican fans like other Puerto Rican legends has, like a Manny Serrano or the Cotos and the Tito Trinidad. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna speak for the Puerto Ricans. I mean, I got more family in Puerto Rico than I got in Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? I'm very into the culture of Boricua as well. But you know, I don't know. I don't know if Xander is that guy. I don't know. I can't. I don't want to overstep my boundaries like that. Like speak for the Puerto Rican people. But I don't feel that energy that he is. Yo, to be honest, I don't even feel the energy like the Puerto Ricans have for Edgar Berlanga. Like I don't even think that I don't think that he's being. I think that I like his professionalism. I like that he's a champion. He got a lot of upside. I just don't know. He doesn't look like he got that it factor. You know, I'm not even gonna say that he needs to promote because Cotto was never that guy to promote as well. But Cotto was an exciting fighter. Cotto used to stop people. Cotto used to go to the body. Cotto is, you know what I'm saying? Like Cotto ain't need to talk, but he puts on a show. Sanders eyes don't even put on a show, man. That's why I don't know why people got mad when I say he's the Puerto Rican version of Devin Haney. But guess what? He's a winner like Devin Haney. He's a champion like Devin Haney. He could box like Devin Haney. That doesn't make him less than a great, good, really good fighter. All I'm saying in the entertain, he got a style that is not overwhelming. Is not to capture. Is like I don't look at all his fights by the 12th and 11th round. That's it. Everybody's bored. Él no tiene el sazón. Él no tiene el adobo. Él no tiene la Goya. You understand what I'm saying? It's like he's cooking without adobo. You feel me? But it still could be healthy. ¿Verdad? Tastes like kosher meal. Right? He doesn't not yet at least. Don't hurt their feeling, broski. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like the cuisine. You know when you eat something, right? Like, when you go to a restaurant and they say, yo, okay, this is Puerto Rican food, Dominican food, or Mexican food. And they be like, come on, man. Like Mexicans, come on, man. Chipotle ain't really Mexican like that. We got to go to the real Mexican restaurant. I'm going to show a real Mexican is going to tell you, "Hey, I'm going to take you to a spot where they're going to sell authentic Mexican restaurants." You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, hey, yo, you want to eat Dominican food? Hey, I go to the Malecon. Nah. I'm going to take you to the little mom and pop little restaurant where the Dominicans is cooking the food. That grandmama, old grandmama cooking the food. You going to know this is Dominican sazon right here. Boxing Talk with a $2 super chat says Xander Zayas needs to fight Vito, Joey, Spencer type fights. I don't know, man. But the good thing about Xander Zayas is he's young. He's young, so he still could deliver a great performance. But if you notice, people not talking about him like that. They're looking at Xander Zayas like he's just a dude with the belt that Boots could fight and get a title. And I said that leading up to Xander Zayas fight. He got to, it gets to a point where a win is just not enough. Depending on the opponent, a win is just not enough. So we're looking at even Boots yesterday. Oh, he got a knockout. Beautiful. It looked good for the moment. But ¿quién es ese tigre de Lima? Ese tigre basura. I don't give a fuck about Lima. We just learned who the guy was leading up to the fight. Just so we could sound smart. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm not a liar. I'm a boxing content creator, but I don't know who the fuck Lima is. Huh? I try people. Let me say it like this: 90% of the people was pretending who Lima is. Huh? We was Googling just like everybody else was. Boxing content creators, media, independent media. Hasta Oscar de la Hoya tweeted it. Who the hell is Lima? We was all doing it. Yo, Boots is about to fight Lima. Shit. Everybody Googling Lima highlights. Lima box rec. Man, Lima ain't shit. And we're the hardcore boxing fans. But let me tell you like this: when the hardcore boxing fan don't even know who the fuck you are, that's a problem. That's an issue, man. That's an issue. That's an issue. When the hardcore boxing fan is just like with the William Skull. Remember the first time we heard William Skull? Remember when I did the live? Remember when I did the live and I said, "Yo, I didn't even know my grandmother got more Twitter followers than William Skull, and she never been on Twitter." I said, yo, let's Google William Score. Remember that time for the people that's following the channel? Remember I went live. I said, let's Google who William Score, and they showed us William Shakespeare Score. They didn't even have him in Google. Not even Google. Google knows everything. Google didn't even know who William Score was. It gave us, did you mean this? When you search something in Google, and Google don't even have an idea, and it says, did you mean this? Yo. We acting like we know who William. Yeah, I know who William Scott was. Yeah, you're Cuban, a cubano from Germany. Le dijeron a nosotros ese tigre. Not even the Cuban. I even asked my Cuban friends, do you know who this guy is? William Scott. I even asked, what's his name? ¿Cómo se llama el tigre? Yurdenis Ugas, ¿tú conoces ese tigre? Mira, nene, yo no lo conozco, nunca estaba, tú sabes, nunca estaba con Cuba. Tú sabes, cuando yo vine para acá, hasta el bote de mí, no estaba en el bote. Tú sabes, no estaba conmigo, yo no lo conozco. Nunca lo he visto en mi vida. Give me a sec. Yup. Give me a sec, folks. ver. No one wants to fight backroom for no money. That will only be made by Saudi. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, folks. That Saudi money ain't gonna be here for long, brothers. I told that a long time ago. They said, "Now you hating on Turkey?" No, 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 no. Remember that Turkey came here for one reason and one reason only: is to build Riha, to make it an entertainment, to make it a Las Vegas. This is an experiment. 2030 is done, but you could tell that's it. He ain't throwing money like that. Let's not forget that we had Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. In the co-main event, we had Fernando Vargas Jr. versus Callum Walsh. Hey, even put it this way, put it this way, put it this way. Even Callum Walsh could be in this tournament as well. Murtazi Zali is itching for a fight. He's not in the tournament. I'm telling you this. I don't never want to see Boots Ennis with a fighter that's unrecognizable. Mira, I'm gonna go to the fight and I'm gonna get kicked out of the arena myself. I'm gonna be the dude Sandman from the Apollo. You remember the Apollo shows when Sandman comes in. In fact, I'm gonna get my trompeta. My trompeta. Watch, I'm gonna get my trompeta de Chacá, el Chacá trompeta. That if I see Boots Ennis fight anybody that we don't even recognize the name, I'm gonna go with my trompeta. Y fuera de aquí, Boots Ennis. Y fuera, Puss in Boots, vete para la mierda. Maldito estúpido, maldito feo. Get the fuck out of our lives. Yeah, tú verás. If he gives another fight with somebody that we don't know his name, I like Boots. But I'm not accepting anything. I'm not accepting another fight where Dike Karen Chimichurri, Karen Chakachuka Mokachukachuki. Okay, the Stanionis, he had a world title, but even Stanionis didn't fight for 2 years. ¿Quién más? Who else? Who else? Who else? Custio Clayton from Canada, right? Okay, whatever. Sergey Lipinet, that's the only name that we knew. And, no, I don't want leave. Yo, that's it. That's it. Okay? Okay, Puss in Boots. No more. Estamos alto ya. You too good. That's what it is, that you too good. This is not a diss. It's that you too good for these opponents. That's it. You're 28, my brother. The boxing world already got frustrated with Javante Tank Davis. We feel like that's a talent going to waste. Boots, you too good for this, man. Why Boots that can't say no? I don't want to fight no Lima. Then Eddie Hearn has to come out with this line. We signed a contract to fight Vergil. Mira, límpiate la boca con jabón. Mentira. That's it, bro. And this is what I say, like, and this is what when some people get mad, yo, but you always talk good about your boy Tio. Well, Tio's a two-time lineal champion. Vete para la mierda ustedes, all right? I give those the benefit of the doubt. The one that prove that they're there to be great, that they want to be good, they want to be great. That legacy reigns supreme. Ain't nobody gonna talk shit around me about Bam Rodriguez. No, 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 no. I'm Bam Rodriguez, you respect, okay? Shakur Stevenson, you respect. Tio, you respect. Usyk, you respect. Bud, you respect. Canelo, you respect. No me hable de esos tigres. Haney, respect. Yeah, a little criticizing here and there, a little fun here, a little laughter here and there, little jokes here and there. At the end of the day, these guys are fighting to create a legacy, to establish a legacy. By the time they retire, whether you like them or not, they are going into the Hall of Fame. Boots, As much that people want to celebrate the knockout, we're looking at it like, yeah, 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 yeah. Very, very good. The thing is that nobody want to look like a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because in everything that you criticize, you're a hater. Man, you a hater. No, it's that's it. We seen enough of this with Boots. It's okay. I know he could knock out these opponents. I want him to be, look, folks, I want him to be what I predicted to him to be. I'm probably more frustrated because I'm the one that be over exaggerating my assessment. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I get it wrong. But in the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan. I rather hype it up. I don't want to think that I don't feel like he's a hype job, but where he's is heading to that lane, man. I don't want to see. I don't want to. I don't want him to have that. I don't want Boots Ennis to have that reputation that he's a hype job. But right now, it's leaning like that. Go check the archives, folks. 7 years ago, check the archives. I've been the first talking about Boots. I remember people on my channel was saying, "Yo, you like prematurely, man? Hell no, he ain't go, man." I said, "You seen Boots fighting? I don't know too much about him." I said Boots is gonna be the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. I said Boots was gonna be the king of the welterweight division. I said Boots was gonna make everybody run to the 154-pound division. I said that 7 years ago. I had Boots Ennis on the channel 6 years ago, pre-pandemic. I was doing Boots. I was doing Boots live shows. You see how people do Boots live shows now? No, I've been doing. Let me hold on, hold on. See, I could see. Let me see if I got it right here. Give me a second. See, I could see. Let me see. Give me a second. Almost segundo. Give me a second there. Let me see if I got it in this phone. Hold on. Let me see if I got it here. Actually, I got it here. Hold on. No, I don't got it in this one. I show you. Give me a second. So I can upload. So I can upload. So I can see what I'm talking about. See, I won't say damn punch you capping. Because those who knows know. Those who know. See, I won't say I'm capping. Let me see. What is that? Fundora versus Thurman. Oh, and I wanted to talk about. Did y'all think that? Do y'all think that that Thurman and Fundora? You really think that Fundora was injured, or y'all think that that fight was not selling? Which I think. So before I upload this, what y'all think in the chat? W2. What do you see from Ortiz skills that suggests he'll humble Boots? But look at the title, my brother. I said Vergil Ortiz will humble Jaron Boots Ennis or vice versa. Okay, what I feel, Boots. Okay, this is what I feel. I don't know if Boots is war ready yet. I can only go and I can only assess what I've seen. I don't want to assess something I never seen. I don't want to give something to Boots Ennis something that I never seen. See what I seen from Vergil Ortiz. I believe his resume is better. I believe he's done better with even movers and done better with guys that gave even like Bud Crawford a challenging fight in the Mazurmov. I've seen the vulnerabilities of Vergil Ortiz as well. I did see him hurt. I think that Vergil Ortiz have a stronger, a more power jab than a Boots Ennis. I think Boots Ennis got a better footwork. I think both of these guys get hit. I think that Boots have shown that he got a better chin because they haven't been staggered or anything like that. We have seen Vergil Ortiz stagger, get hurt, get dropped, but on the flip side of it, I seen that Vergil Ortiz know how to make adjustments. And I seen when Vergil Ortiz does get tagged, that there is another level to Vergil Ortiz. Look at Vergil Ortiz when he gets tagged. He turns into a monster, bro. He turns into a monster. I don't know if I seen that in Boots. I don't know if Boots can handle that firepower. I'm not saying he can't, but I don't know. So I'm giving the edge on Vergil with that. I'm not saying he don't have the firepower. I'm not saying that I don't think that Vergil that Boots can't go toe to toe. No, because we seen that Boots Ennis could go and get it. But I think he will go through some type of adversity with Vergil Ortiz. I know how Vergil Ortiz responds to adversity. See, we're looking at this as a 50-50 fight. So just as much as I see some good spots, I see some vulnerabilities from both men. I think that Vergil Ortiz know how to cut the ring off very, very good. I think Vergil Ortiz know how to fight, know how to bang. I think Vergil Ortiz for head movement is good. I don't think that Vergil Ortiz get hit too with the same punch. Sometimes I see Jaron boost and that he switches that he don't need a switch. He just does it because he knows who to switch against. I'm thinking it's gonna be a great fight. I'm not putting this that Virgil's gonna beat the crap out of Boots or Boots is gonna beat the crap out of Vergil. I'm winning as a fan. I just want to see one of my favorite fighters in Boots Ennis step up already. Hold on. Give me a second. I got you right here. Watch me. See, y'all won't say I'm capping. Give me a second. Where we at? Because he moves faster. Plus, he's more active. Plus, he fought better comp. You know you're lying. Oh, watch this one, y'all. Verge has better timing. Oh gosh. You know you're lying. Is it gonna be a great fight? Of course it's gonna be a great fight. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a wonderful fight. One of the best fights in boxing. Give me a second. Let me upload this. Yeah, I could see. If y'all not familiar, hey yo, we been doing Jerome Booth and his live shows. Ain't nobody was doing no damn Jerome Booth and his live show like your boy Punch on Boxing out here. Who? Who was fighting Jerome Booth Ennis like I was? Who was pumping Jerome Booth Ennis like I was? Ain't nobody was doing no live shows. I see a bunch of people not doing live shows. Y'all wasn't up on Boots. Y'all ain't even know who Boots was. Oh, I got more. Hold on. Let me bring some receipts. Let's bring some receipts. Let's bring some receipts. Give me a second. Let's bring some receipts. Bring some receipts. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Right here. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec. I got you right here. You. Give me a sec. Good day. Jaron Ennis versus Josh Kelly mega fight. When I heard about that they was gonna make this fight before the Lima fight, I was hype. I was talking about Josh Kelly and Jaron Ennis for a long time. What year we in? What year we in? Dime el cuerpo. What year we in? So 6 years ago, I'm talking about Jaron Ennis versus Josh Kelly. Right? Jaron Ennis, welterweight king. What year we in? Who he was fighting in 2019 for anybody to even care? So, folks, this ain't. So I want to see a fight with Jaron Ennis. Look, 2019, Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey. Jaron Ennis started his career first, then Teofimo. While I'm pumping Teo, I'm pumping Jaron Ennis at the same time. But the thing is, he's not doing anything special at the time. Let me say it again. Jaron Ennis started his career first, then Teofimo Lopez. At 2019, Teofimo Lopez is fighting the Nakatani and then going to fight Richard Comey. I'm already saying that Jaron Ennis is going to be the future king of the welterweight division. May 8, 2020, my live show. When they was thinking about, Triller was thinking about Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield 3. I'm talking about Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. It's 5 years, folks. We're about to enter 2026 in several months. And in 2026, we still not going to get Boots versus Vergil. We might get Boots versus Vergil. But this is how long I've been talking about this fight. This is how long I've been talking about this fight. So in all these years, right? We seen, here a second. all these years, we've seen Shakur Stevenson become a three-division world champion, unify the titles in the super featherweight division. We've seen Teofimo Lopez become a two-time lineal champion. We've seen Devin Haney become a two-division light undisputed world champion. Going to be already going into his third division to face Brian Oman Jr., a guy that was supposed to fight Boots Ennis. And we got Boots Ennis fighting Lima. We got Boots Ennis fighting Lima. We had Tio just fight Barbosa. We had Devin just fought Jose Ramirez in the Ryans. We seen Shakur Stevens just fight William Cepeda. Baron Rodriguez already fought Juan Francisco Estrada. He's younger than these guys. Baron Rodriguez is not even in these guys' era. Baron Rodriguez like 4 years. He comes from the other class. He already a pound for pound guy, arguably top 5 already. Xander Zayas is 22 years old, already got a world title. As a matter of fact, I am more impressed with Kid Austin's first round knockout versus Tevin Farmer than Boots Ennis' first round KO versus Lima. Kid Austin is 22 years old, folks. Boots is 28 years old. So as much as hype, I want to Diablo Boots. Thank you, Boots. Come. Kid Austin looked more impressive than Boots in his last fight. Kid Austin. I look at Boots, and even though he won a title, but it was Stenionis, he got elevated. In your eyes, guys, for real. Age 28 years old. Guess who's 28 years old? That's two. Guess who's 28 years old? Matter of fact, I think he's younger than Boots. Daniel Dubois. He said, Borracho, stop the hate on Boots. Really? Am I hating on Boots? Daniel Dubois is younger than Boots. And he fought Joyce, already risked it a long time ago, and still got back on his feet and won a world title. Look at his resume. David Benavidez. Hold on, man. David Benavidez is 28 or going to be 29 or 29 already. David Benavidez, that fought Caleb Plant, already won a world title at age 20. David Benavidez is the same age as Jaron Boots Ennis, folks. Look at that. And he won a world title at the age of 20. So when I'm talking about Boots, como no hay, it's like he's still fighting. He's fighting guys that Emiliano Vargas and Abdullah Mason is fighting, bruh. He's fighting guys that Emiliano Vargas and Abdullah Mason is fighting, bruh. Oh, but he moved up with the. I don't know, man. Please, he was sparring with Canelo Alvarez, man. We can't over exaggerate the praise and then say, but he's stepping up to 154. You know, you give him a little touch and shit like that. Nah, he's too good for that little touch like that. We giving him too much props because we talking like he beats everybody. So we putting him in a level not to face guys like Lima, guys that we never heard about. That's it, man. No more of that. It's time to step up. That's it. I don't even know why people celebrating that shit. He shouldn't even celebrate. Hey, yo, meet me in the club. ¿Pa qué, mi hermano? ¿Pa qué? ¿Qué tú hiciste, mi hermano? ¿Qué tú hiciste? ¿Qué tú hiciste? And I keep the same energy. Because I'm even also a supporter of Edgar Berlanga. You remember when I did that video? When he beat a dude and then he went celebrating to a club. And I said, yo, you acted like you won a championship. Hey, what you did? But like, what you out there celebrating in the club? They get y'all, the champ is here. The champ is here. They don't got down now, mi hermano. Get back in the gym. You remember when I did that video? Get back in the gym. You know, in Virgil's words, they're going to meet way up there. Well, that time is coming. Nah. Yeah, I heard too many of that's in the sport of boxing. Nah. And that's why I got on the thumbnail, or I did the video early, that this fight, we may be talking about this fight that we did with Thurman and Spence. Thurman and Spence, for how many years we talked about it, that fight never happened. That fight never happened. And when you wait on something and then somebody throws a monkey wrench, we was talking about AJ and Wilder. That fight never happened. So I'm pessimistic about it. I want to be optimistic, but I'm not naive. And put it this way, not pessimistic, optimistic. I'm not naive. This fight cannot happen. May not happen. I don't give a damn. They in the same platform. We seen that happen. Hey yo, we seen David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez both for PBC. It ain't happen. Thurman and Spence both for PBC. Same network. It ain't happen. T.O. Haney. It ain't happen. It ain't happen. This is the era of fights ain't happening. There's no anticipation. And people ain't waiting. You gotta make fights like, yo, you see, like Fundura. Fundura stepped up to fight Tim Tszyu. That's it. Cool. Next. Woo. People's not waiting. And now in boxing, when you guys play the weight game, that makes people leave more. Hey, yo, that's like fellas. And shout out to the ladies, y'all looking on, but there's more fellas in the building. They're gonna understand what I'm saying. Do y'all wait on a chick when y'all got man options? Demon. Do you wait on a chick when you got man options? Now there's some dudes out there that y'all don't got, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all don't got the game, y'all don't got the looks, y'all don't know how to dress up, y'all don't know how to clean up, y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? You not a ladies, man. I'm speaking to the fellas that, get the ladies. When you got a lot of options, do you wait on a chick? Yo, we're living in a world right now that people don't even talk on the phone, bro. We living in a world right now that if you text me, yo, what's good? I'm gonna reply to you in 10 minutes. That shit's hard. Man, it's even we living in a world, right? That's the world because there's too many options, bro. You remember back in the days when even to get porn, you had to go through channels, right? You got to go through channels. You got to go through your friend that got a father or uncle que tiene friquitonas under the mattresses and got DVDs and got VHS. Now, con estos free porn sites, no, we don't even wait for para hacer la paja también. Hey, yo, fellas, even most of the time, my mom mejor hacer la paja than to have sex. Yo estoy cansada. I'm hacer una paja in the bathroom, yeah. Yo, yo, right? Yo, men and women don't even wait to masturbate, bro. The woman she has a drawer full of dildos, y el hombre tiene par de channels open with free porn. Mujer, tú no quieres cingar hoy. Me voy a hacer la paja, que eso más mejor también. I don't even want to sweat right now. We're living in a world of we're not patient, we're not waiting. And that's why boxing is at right now, because boxing, these promoters is still working under this business model of we got to over marinate and build a fight. You don't got to build nothing. If Keyshawn Davis and Emiliano Vargas are going back and forth, and the brothers is going back and forth. Top Rank, give me the family feud of DB3 and the Vargas brothers. That's it. I don't need to build nothing. Just give us the fight right now. We living in the social media world. We living in the real world. REEL. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Put it this way. Okay, what I want you to look at. Look at your favorite boxing content creators, right? Look at the video numbers. As a matter of fact, look at mine's. Look at the video numbers and look at the short numbers, the viewership on shorts and the viewerships on regular videos. See, the regular videos is where I put more work in, right? Thumbnail. Sometimes you set it up. You know what I'm saying? I take more time to do videos than shorts. But YouTube, and they sent the memo a while ago, they're pushing shorts because YouTube wants to compete with TikTok and Instagram Reels. People watch more Reels. People watch more shorts and people like TikTok because they don't have time to even watch ni 5 minutos de un video. Que I put more work in. Eso me quilla a mí también. Eso me quilla. Because in the end of the day, you know what, folks? The short don't give you nothing. Don't give you no revenue, no nothing. The videos is what gives you ad revenues, little temp chains here and there. But in shorts, no, people don't. People watch the shorts, but they don't support the shorts. They don't send the super thanks. They don't contribute, and that's just easier. But that's what people, because people have short. People don't want to wait to even. We living in a world that people don't want to wait. People's impatient. People just. I don't even know how the future is gonna be. Queen Lakers in the building. What's good, Queen? We live. Yo, I was watching I think it was a podcast episode. I forgot what it was. It just came up, and they was talking about that men don't go up to women no more. When's the last time? What they was talking about? They was talking about what Will Smith's daughter was saying, and they was talking about it in a podcast episode, and she said that men don't approach women like that no more. One thing is that, put it this way, it's so much women that men, when they go out, they're not throwing themselves already to that one woman that they see that is looking good. No, 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 no. It's so much women, it's so much options now that they have to now wait. Because if you go approach a woman, the other girl's already looking in the lounge or in the bar that you talking to this one. Because remember, the landscape is not, people not dancing, so everybody's watching each other. See, that's the difference of today and the past. When you dancing there, you just dancing. Back in the day, you just dancing. That doesn't mean that you getting the girl or nothing like that. Now is the watchers. Everybody's a watcher. So all the girls, but half the girls already know who's in the bar, who's in the lounge, and they're gonna see that you talking to this girl. This girl shoots you down. You try to talk to this girl that saw you, that girl shoot you down. Oh, you gonna come to me and shit like that? And I saw you talking to that girl. Blah, 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 blah. So now dudes is like laid back. They laid back. They watching. You know, they picking and choosing. Men have become smarter too. It's like girls. Girls pick and choose too. Now men are acting like girls too. Better. I think men now when they're out, they have more patience. They're not as vulnerable. The world been changing and moving faster. Yup. The world's changed. Sports change. You know why fans like to watch college football and college basketball? Because they see how in college basketball, for example, compared to the pros, you could see that the players, every possession, they play hard. They play every possession like it's their last. They play the clock. They run their plays. They go through. They go through the plays, the stages of of the play. They pass the ball. Ain't nobody scoring no 30 points a game. Even if you can, you're going through a system. Defensively, they try hard. The fans are within the in professional. They bring down the ball slower. They do res games. Hey, yo, college basketball player don't have no time for rest. Every game means something. Every practice means everything. Now in the pros, there's a bunch of them divas. We see it in boxing. And in boxing, we never used to see divas like that. Now we see, oh, I ain't fighting this one. I'm A side. You don't show that much. Not everybody think they money Mayweather. I'm not mad that Javante Tank Davis is fighting Jake Paul for what? What they reported or alleged that he's making $40 million to fight Jake Paul in exhibition. You can't be mad. You got to be mad at the business of boxing. I can't be mad at Javante Tank Davis getting $40 million to fight Jake Paul. The question is, how is he make? How it got to a point where low risk, high reward. Where did it get to that point? Because in boxing, traditionally, if a fighter wants to make the most money, is he got to fight a high risk. That's why there was always a such thing in the sport of boxing in terminology, high risk, high reward. But now it's low risk, high reward. Put it this way. Devin Haney got paid more fighting Linares than he did George Camboso after the Teofimo Lopez fight. Think about it. Jerome Bruce Ennis is getting paid more money that he did with Karen than he did with Stanionis. Think about it. It's backwards right now. So boxers now are looking, they're feeling disrespected as well. Like, okay, like okay, for example, when we see Teofimo Lopez and he show his frustration. Oh man, Teo, man. And even though okay, put it this way. Everybody is saying Teofimo Lopez should have get that $8 million to fight Devin Haney, bro. You was asking for all this money and stuff like that. You never got paid. You should have get the money. Should have get the money. But also that $8 million is also a slap in the face. Even though that is $8 million, the $8 million, $8 million, compare that Ryan Garcia got paid $20 to face Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero made $5 million. Rolly Romero got paid more than Teofimo Lopez. Rolly Romero got paid more than Teo. Jose Ramirez got paid more than Teo to fight Devin. If Devin reportedly got paid $10 million to face Jose Ramirez, and Ryan Garcia got paid $20 million to face Rolly, and Teofimo Lopez got paid around the twos and the threes, barely three, to fight Barbosa. And if you given now Teofimo Lopez, on which she was supposed to get $11 million to fight Boost, and now they was giving him $8 million to fight Devin Haney. That's still less than Devin Haney got paid to face Jose Ramirez, and that's still less than Ryan Garcia got paid for Rolly. So, in the end of the day, for Teofimo Lopez, who's more accomplished, that's still a slap in the face. But of course, we're the boxing fans. We want to see a fight, but it's still a slap in the face that this guy's showing around. He's walking around everywhere he goes. Teofimo Lopez is walking around with this Ring Magazine belt that is supposed to be the most prestige belt in boxing history. And not only the most prestige belt in boxing history, it's also Turkey Al Sheikh's belt. Not also that it's Turkey Al Sheikh belt, is that Teofimo Lopez was the only champion in that Times Square card. And he got paid the less out of the names. So looking at it like, wait a minute, Turkey, you got this money. You're giving Devin 10 to fight Jose. You giving Ryan 20 to fight Rolly. And you giving me just 8 to fight Devin, who is a better fight than Ryan and Rolly, and a better fight than Jose. And so there's more money in the pot. So I still can't even crack over 10 million. And I'm fighting Devin. And I'm an elite fighter. And I'm a pound for pound fighter. And I'm more accomplished than all of them. And I got a better resume than all of them. So it's not necessarily that you're going to make the most money, but it's also got to be respectable at the same time. We just not approaching any woman with relations to Will Smith. Tim Bayless in the building was good, man. Punch. Let's keep it a buck. Tio ain't brilliant. The shit that happened to Tio on Tio. Look, he of course he got to take accountability for especially the hiccup, the hiccup, the with the Devin Haney. Of course, I'm not giving him a. I'm not giving. And they know it. He knows it. I'm not giving them a pass with that one. He should have fought Devin Haney. And I said I thought the team from Lopez would have beat the crap out of Devin Haney August 16th. Take that $8 million, then move forward with all that money you could be making in December or November. He could have been back in the card in November. Now he took a weight setback. Only fought one time versus Barbosa. Another year fighting one time. It's a big hiccup, and that's all on him. Yeah, I understand he could have made it. There was in the end of the day, man, this is boxing, man. This is the Wild Wild West. I don't think it was a hard fight in terms of you're not gonna get no concussions and shit like that. I think Eddie Hearn is bat shit crazy for force, boots, or fans. I think that I think Eddie Hearn is capping with boots. And I'm not gonna blame everything on Eddie Hearn because that turkey money was what? He was gonna get $6 million to face Vergil Ortiz. He got it on the table. Boots had fights on the table with names. And the thing is, it was on Boots' favor too. It was on Boots' favor. If you got put it this way, Brian Norman Jr. he ran. As soon as he heard the opportunity he could fight with Devin Haney, he ran for it. Boots Ennis, even if Devin Haney said fight me at 152, Devin Haney got more of a legacy, have more of accomplishment and legacy. That why not fight him at 152? Especially when Boots said in the post fight interview said after the Stanionis fight that I make 147 pound easy. Why you ain't fight Devin Haney at 152? And then think about it. Boots Ennis beat Devin Haney worse than Ryan Garcia. Imagine if Boots Ennis would have beat Devin Haney like he beat Lima. Where's Boots now? Imagine if Boots would have beaten Teofimo Lopez. Where will Boots be at? What about if Boots would have took the fight with Vergil Ortiz and would have beat Vergil Ortiz? Now we waiting. And you know what, folks? We're gonna wait 8 months to Boots to get back in the ring because Vergil gonna be fighting November, so they're not gonna fight in December, no January, no March, no April, no May. And let's say Boots. Remember, Vergil Ortiz just came from a hand injury. Imagine he hurts his hand. So right now, if I was Boots, I'll be really. If I was Eddie Hearn, if Eddie Hearn, you want to spend that money, give and offer Xander Zayas a offer that Xander Zayas can't refuse. And you know what? Xander Zayas should not refuse because what is Xander Zayas going to do? Top Rank doesn't have no TV right. Don't TV deal. Where's Xander Zayas going? What's his next fight? What's their plans? They don't got no TV deal. So you're gonna put him in a situation where Top Rank gonna be like, you know what? At this point right now, I think you should take it. Top Rank, Bob Arum and Todd the Buff, they still gonna get their 20%. Just make an offer that they can't refuse. Make it a little bit more up. So when if he does take that 20% hit, it's still significant. He's still gonna make significant money. Ennis looks suspicious, turned down Ortiz to stay. Yep, he did. Turkey actually ain't need to send a contract to Tifim Lopez term, not the other way around, especially after taking over New York Times Square, carried promo, facts, fought a 32, yeah, dominated, yeah. Virgil should secretly cut a deal with Fundura. Virgil signed the contract and pulled out with an injury last minute before. Hey yo, man. To be honest, man, even the social media numbers was not that good with the Thurman and the Thurman and Fundura. You know, Fundura can't promote a lick in terms of and Thurman. I think that again, like I said, that people are not boxing fans are not waiting on anybody. Thurman with Thurman now is that people just I want to see him in the ring. They don't give a fuck what he's gonna say. In the same thing now. What people feel about Tio. Everybody, when people talking about that Tio and Shakur, I see a lot of people saying, "Well, I ain't going. I don't give a damn what they say." And, until the fight is announced and Tio signed the contract, they think that Tio is gonna pull out of a fight. Again, the boxing fans ain't waiting no more, man. There's too much sports. There's too much events. None of my homies that outside of YouTube talk about boxing. Yo, a lot of people don't care about. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't care about boxing. That's all we got to strike now. Boots and Xander Zayas right now, December. Boots just came out of a first round knockout. I'm gonna say it again. Boots should not be in no damn bench. You should get back in the ring, bro. 2 months, month and a half. That's it. Get him back in the ring. I think Boots should be a substitute for Fundura. Still a pay-per-view fight. That'll be gutsy right there. That'll be gully right there. And then Thurman is ready. Thurman said in that video he's still in the gym. He's going to stay in the gym. Why not? He already got a bunch of southpaws in the gym. Thurman already sparring southpaws because he was getting ready for Fundura. So he already in line. If Ugas could do it, Boots could do it. If Fundura could do it, when Thurman went out, 2 weeks notice. If Pitbull could do it, Pitbull did good versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Short notice. Why not? Who else? Who else? That beat Luis. ¿Cómo se llama el tigre? Hector Luis Garcia. Didn't he have like a 9 9, 10 days notice to fight. What's the dude's name? Chris Colbert. It can happen. Anyway, folks, man. It's a late night one, man. Tomorrow we back at it. Tomorrow we back at it. We're gonna be dialing into the Vergil Ortiz now, to the Vergil Ortiz, because we should have been dialing in into the Fundura and Thurman and Stephen Fulton and Oshaki Foster. I think they're gonna be putting that fight on the Manny Pacquiao card in January, and I think it'll make. I think then people will be considered as a pay per view event if they put Manny Pacquiao versus Rolly, or Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan, and then have Fundura versus Thurman, and have Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton. That'd be an incredible pay per view event. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.